Yeah. Okay, so blue's the dragons.
Very bright day out here
Oh,
in Madison Square Garden.
MSG is MSG. Okay, so it's Denver. It'd be the Pepsi Center, no?
That doesn't sound nice.
Oh no, so they changed the name. I think Pepsi Center was the whole name. Uh, Ball Arena. Yeah.
Perhaps we should try Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Do people still drink that? I wonder. I remember when it was.
I've been hearing rumors. Some of the teams they've been giving it to their players as Gatorade replacement. They welcome the caffeine.
Surprisingly, they aren't giving their players Red Bull. So there goes their advert.
I guess they don't want to give their star players wings, eh?
They don't want to give them a heart attack, probably.
Congestive heart failure.
Do we have sponsors? Or
The Heart and Stroke Foundation is Dogecoin. That's our crypto guy treason with the latest update on crypto.
Yo, XRP to the moon.
This is the NEPL's one and only crypto bro.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm up like $3,000 in the last week on crypto, right?
This man is secretly the only reason this league is still in operation.
Bro's literally BlackRock of the NAPL.
I keep trying to get them to replace that banana with the Dogecoin icon. Perfect size, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Just right.
We're putting Dogecoin on the rink. I hate to break it to you. We're not putting Dogecoin on the rink.
Why not? It's okay. I've also been advocating for big titty anime women, but they won't accept that either.
we will put those instead. June especially requested it.
Hell yeah. Can we get the crowbar rink with the anime femboys? Try to attract crowbar to the league.
Probably put in a Zamboni driver as well. Look pretty cool.
David Ayers did apply, allegedly.
I feel like there'd be so much work to actually put in the game.
Yeah, but I heard there was some controversy with the former commissioner vetoing his his entry.
The better commissioner.
Well, I mean, he can always play goalie, can't he? We as Leafs fans know that.
Bro, he was our Zamboni driver.
Well, he's not ours anymore after that. I don't think he wants to be our own I don't think he wanted to be our Zamboni driver after that game either.
Bro, he was this I don't know about national hero.
Dude, didn't this guy like prior to that one game play like amateurs like like many years ago, like over half a decade ago?
Let's find out.
Like I heard
David Ayers. Yeah, he played in 28 games. He lost all 8 games in the Ontario Senior AAA League.
And he had some horrible save percentage too, I believe.
Yeah, he had a 9 GAA and a 777 save percentage.
That's actually
777 is kind of fire. Got the gambling save percentage.
Oh yeah, he got 8 games, 8 losses, 8.88 GAA, and then 777 save percentage. Set 7.
9 goals against is pretty bad though.
No, that is actually. Did he get signed after that, or like did something happen? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I think he just retired and then he became the E-Bug. And then came
One game
that
legend.
day.
That is crazy. How's he getting a... Wait, wasn't it a backup for a backup for a backup?
Yeah, so we injured both of their starting goalies, and then he was the emergency backup.
Who was his
Oh, okay.
backup? The coach?
The game's underway. Apologies for the yap session there, ladies and gentlemen. Puck drop is underway on this game between the Dinos and the Dragons. This is their first matchup of the season, I believe. As there's a dump in to the ozone.
Surprised to see Chekhov in net for the Dinos. Surprised he's available.
Yeah,
Very
that's
busy guy.
Very cool shot.
yeah, that's definitely an interesting decision from the Dinos.
So far, it
Looks
seems to be
solid,
pretty
though.
even.
Today we were
Sorry,
joined by a new-coming commentator, Nylander, so
Hell yeah.
big welcome to Nylander to the crew.
Yes, thank you very much, guys.
This is a shot by Galactian, but it's wide of the net.
So,
Just rims it back in.
I think he was trying to do more of a dump and chase there, but
Yeah, the Dragons seem pretty phased after that last little third
okay,
period
that's
in their previous scrim.
nice pressure by Silk.
This is definitely not self-glazing. For the record, I was not in the scrim.
Back to Smasher. Oh,
Oh.
very close play. Stephen Rogers almost puts it in.
Yeah, it was a gaping hole in the net there.
Yeah, very close.
Chekhov playing like Mike Smith. Back on the goal line.
Oh yeah, they're playing some nice zone defense right here. Aren't overextending.
There's PHL Pariah, you know. And there's Galactian's able to steal the puck from him. You know, we'll definitely have some words for me after this game. Bagel taking it up through the neutral zone. Stick handling. Gets past Stephen Rogers. Slot shot scores! What a beautiful goal from Bagel. Broke Stephen Rogers' ankles, walked into the slot and just ripped it home.
And you can see not a lot of the players had much momentum there, so it was basically just a walk in and shot.
Yeah.
Great
As we
timing.
sometimes say in
That's-
basketball terms, the Dragons were caught flat-footed.
I suppose you can put it that way.
That's football terms too.
Box in.
You know, meanwhile, coming
Oh,
back
very
for the
beautiful
Dragons,
save.
shot saved by Chekhov. That would have been an interesting start to this first period. The back-to-back goals, but Chekhov is able to keep the scores in favor of the Dinos. That's Tarasenkosaurus regathering in his own zone. Quite a tongue twister of a name.
Yeah,
Tries his
try.
breakout pass to Bagel. Yeah,
Very
you
good
know,
pressure.
intercepting.
Excellent pressure.
The Dinos seem to be pretty sound with their checking, both offensive and defensive.
Oh,
This is a huge neutral zone interception. Fortunately, Silk can't get it up. And
Oh,
Bagel with a pretty horrendous error there. Stephen
Not
Rogers looking
down.
for the slot pass. Intended for Smasher, blocked by Galactian, who
Yes.
makes a
Oh,
breakout
yeah.
pass to Silk.
That's it.
Frogty's sending it across to Stephen Rogers. Stretch
say
pass to
the-
Uno.
Pace of the game is quite moderate.
This feels like watching late 2000s, early 2010 Spain. Ball back and
I
forth.
suppose.
Well, in this case, it's a puck, but nonetheless,
For sure.
situation is similar as the Dinos will regather behind their own net.
I wonder
Bagel
what
passing across the
2010
Galactian.
Ajax look like in the game.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Apologies for the soccer analogies, ladies and gentlemen, but
No, we don't do soccer here. Come on, man. Soccer's a terrible sport.
Horrendous.
Yeah, it's awful.
There's a reason we had to change the name from football. It was just inferior. Meanwhile, the
Anyone
Dragons
disagrees
is
with me
looking.
on that, they can fight me.
Treason is in the NAPL stage currently. A smasher trying to wrap, stopped by Poke Chekhov. As I was saying, Treason is here in the NAPL stage. Any debaters willing to join are welcome to do so, although I must warn you, it may not be the most pleasant experience for your ego. Treason is an expert in these matters.
Alright, I'm not that mean. Come on.
And just making sure the clock runs out there.
Just like Eminem, Treason was a battle rapper growing up, so he might have some nasty bars about your mama that you don't want to hear.
The nastiest.
3-1 ends with a
Come out of
1-0 lead for the Dinos. Puck drop is underway. It gets to the second period underway. Smasher regathering for the Dragons. Sends it up to Yuno. Unfortunately, the puck is picked off by this Dinos forecheck, which, as you said, Nylander before, has been absolutely stellar. The Galactian almost sneaks it past Luke. Slot pass is unfortunately too weak to pose a significant threat to the Dragons' defense.
A nice momentum here, starting off in the second.
Definitely.
Especially in the
I think some people would have definitely put the Dragons as the team to watch for this game. But the Dinos... This is why Treason is our crypto bro. He knows everything. He knows who to bet on, who to invest in.
Controls the league market, basically.
Exactly. Insider traders don't have anything on him. Smasher with the shot, but it's wide of the net.
Okay,
And Stephen Rogers tries to sneak it behind Poke Chekhov. Fortunately for the Dinos, it goes off Poke Chekhov's back, and the Dragons trying to bat there for the goal. Unfortunately, they cannot effectively channel their inner Sidney Crosby to get a nice highlight reel baseball bat goal.
Continuing with the puck. He's not trying too much. Okay, and a nice attempt for a forecheck there, but...
This game slowed down a bit. Let's hear your guys' thoughts on the first period. Well, let's start with you, Treason. Any thoughts?
Thoughts is Nylander needs to talk a little louder. Come on, buddy. I feel like I'm stepping on your toes because I don't realize you're talking.
Is this better?
I mean, a little louder would be cool.
This is fine, right?
Yeah, that's better. I'm not even supposed to be here. I feel like I'm stepping on your toes.
No, not really.
No, it's cool. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. As Poke Chekhov tries a clear there. And unfortunately, appears Stephen Rogers will be able to force the Dinos to be unable to take
It's a clear.
advantage of that.
Oh, and a nice try for a breakout.
Yeah, Luke clears. Risky pass there could have been blocked by the Dinos forechecker.
Nice by Smasher there. And a
Beautiful pass, Stephen Rogers. Unfortunately, it appears that his touch has not improved sufficiently to be able to take advantage of those. You know, the shot blocked by the Dinos. Frog T regathering in the neutral zone for the Dragons. Shot on Poke Chekhov, sticked away. Frog T walking in again. Tries to get past Galactian. Defers the slot pass, tipped wide into the neutral zone, and Silk could be on a break if he gets past Stephen Rogers. Slot shot is wide of the net.
That was a nice idea, though.
Yeah, smart idea, especially with Stephen Rogers' questionable defensive stick checking on the first goal. Poke Chekhov sends up Silk with the shot, and it's in! What a goal from Silk! Right under Luke's stick on the tipped breakout stretch pass. And just like that, it's 2-0 to the Denver Dinos.
I think Luke knew exactly where he was going to go, but he just hesitated a second longer than he should have.
Yeah. Stick positioning got pretty weird,
aggressive play from Poke to clear that all the way at the blue line.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
And he's rewarded handsomely with an assist on the play.
I don't blame Luke for that. It was very unexpected, especially with the manner the shot actually went in.
And it appears the Dragons going for a more offensive system here, trying to get back one against this Dinos team that has so far been absolutely controlling this game.
Looks like
Smasher
an
back in his
even
own zone, trying to make something out of it.
Dragons
definitely.
looking pretty pedestrian coming into this game. Thought they'd be better.
Absolutely.
Pretty trash.
Absolutely.
Silk tries to make something out of it.
Silk's breakout is disrupted. Tarasenkosaurus. I might just call him Tarasenko from now on.
Just
Too much of
probably
a
good
tongue
bet.
twister for me.
Has time on the puck.
Yeah, rimming it around Frog. He tries to pass back to But the Denver forecheck will make sure that play goes to waste. The bagel back behind his own zone.
It almost feels like they're stretching their offense a little bit too thin sometimes, where it's mostly
Definitely.
one and twos or forced to take a risky shot here and there and results in a block and a clear. That's the end
Just
of
like any team Kevin Durant goes to.
What I'm seeing is the Dinos are very opportunistic this game. The Dragons have been very forward, but Dragons have been capitalizing on very small opportunities.
Indeed.
For sure. And they're indeed able to keep the pressure on for a good amount of time.
Stephen Rogers maybe making up for his last mistake. That's a beautiful stick check to Rob Galactian of a beautiful chance that was not to be.
Tries to cut in for a shot. Blocked in
Galactian slot pass. Tip on Silk. Tip the shot, but Luke with an absolutely stellar save.
Beautiful pad save. He was with it the whole time.
A smasher walking in here.
Oh,
Can
no,
he get a
never
shot
mind.
off?
Stopped by Pokecheck. A beautiful second save there on Stephen Rogers, denying the Dragons of what could be arguably their best chance of the game. As it appears that though they are mounting a resistance, Pokecheckov may not be willing to cave into the pressure.
I'd say he's been playing pretty solid this game, not stretching himself too much, just staying with the puck, staying calm.
Definitely. And the Dinos could have a deadly counterattack here. Slot pass.
Very close.
Ooh.
Almost finds the back of the net.
Little insider information. Poke's been a little nervous about losing his starting spot here.
Ooh.
So him playing a solid game will definitely look good for him.
Definitely.
For sure.
The chip on his back may well be driving him to perform much better in this opening game of the season.
Bagel tries to...
A neutral zone turnover. Silk fortunately able to recover. That could have been bad. Smasher on the breakaway can be very lethal. One of the key components of the Dragons' attacks. Bagel walking in to the face-off dot. Looping around along the blue line. Rimming it back around to Galactian down low. Slot pass to Silk is unfortunately a bit wide. Puck will end up on Tarasenko's stick. Little 50 results in Bagel recollecting, looping around in his own zone. Little 3-on-3 here for the Dinos. 3-on-2 as I don't know what Smasher was doing there. Just took out his own teammate. Bagel with slot pass to Silk, and that's an absolutely beautiful play from the Dinos. 3-0.
Right there.
Bagel
Maybe it's
picked
time
up
for the
in
Dragons
third
to panic.
round of arguably the most competitive league in the game.
In fact, I was
showing why he went third.
I was just about to comment
Absolutely.
that perhaps the Dragons are now tightening their defense a little bit more, but
not the best situation to be doing that. Stretch pass to Smasher. Saved by Pokecheckov. Good positioning to rob Smasher. But chance out wide.
Poke got a lot of experience against Smasher last season, so Smasher's not going to fool him too easily.
Tarasenko absolutely laying Smasher out. Smasher will be feeling like he was after the Bailey Zimmerman concert.
oh my goodness.
Absolutely hammered.
And the Dinos are playing very solid. I mean, I don't think the Dragons have gotten a very clear shot off from somewhere inside.
Absolutely.
I think the entire
If
game. I
I
think
were
they
to
have
make the power rankings as of right now, I might grant the Dinos #1 spot on those power rankings. Meanwhile, 3-0 for the Dragons. Past the Smasher, and the Dragons get one back. That was a
Good.
total defensive breakdown from the Dinos. Something uncharacteristic from this game. They'll
Nasty
absolutely
pass play. Hard for any goaltender to stop that.
Absolutely.
The 3-1 lead, guys. The 3-1 lead is one of the most dangerous and most
Absolutely.
concedable
2-goal lead.
leads in this game.
As
2-goal lead, and
90% of coaches will tell you that.
for sure. The 4-2 and the 3-1 leads are just some of the most concedable.
The Dragons here with a little 2-on-2. Galakian hoping to force it wide, and his pressure does force Frogty to make a rather poor attempt out of that chance. An little smasher pushing the puck up.
I think that goal really did like breathe some life into the Dragons' offense because they do look a little bit more confident on the puck now.
Absolutely. On puck watching replay.
They have a nice forecheck going.
Little update for broadcaster Chizo. Demi says whoever is broadcasting, you have to unpuck, watch, and replay. If it's off angle, then put it back. I don't know what that means, but just forwarding the message.
What I can see, it's pretty solid right now. Hoping Frogty steps up here with this deficit going on. He's been playing a little back, trying to play the playmaker, but he might need to start taking a few extra risks here on the shots.
Absolutely. With 7 seconds left, I doubt the Dragons are even going to be able to get one back.
They did get better, but I think it was a little too late.
Absolutely. Time runs out and game 1 ends 3-1 to the Dinos. Dragons are going to have to wake up, and hopefully that a goal there in the third period has given exactly that for the team, a wake-up call to reward them with a little momentum, as they'll hope to even the series in game 2. Thoughts, gentlemen? Let's start with the Nylander this time.
Very one-sided affair, if I must say so myself. Initially, we all thought that the Dinos might have the edge coming into the game, but obviously...
I think you mean the Dragons.
sorry, the Dragons.
Yeah.
Sorry. However, I do think that the Dragons did start getting better. I would say starting the third period, but like I said earlier, it was a little bit too late, and they still haven't penetrated that defense.
Absolutely. What about you, Treason? Your thoughts?
Dragons are playing a little too selfish, not enough puck movement. They're playing too forward. Luke's been hung out to dry. Luke's been playing very solid, but he's been by himself quite a bit. And then Poke obviously doing great with his he's been trying to work on his stick saves, and they're looking great right now.
Absolutely.
He just can't get a shot from the slot.
Game 2 starting with Dragons pressure. The Dinos defense determined not to give up a shot. Yeah, smasher shot wide of the net.
I mean, I can totally understand because it's just so few opportunities that they get inside the slot, and
Dragons finally get an opportunity, and Smasher makes the Dinos pay.
You just need one opportunity, and he puts it away. That's two.
Bit of a theme with many of the games in week 1. Team usually ends up with a dominating win in the first game. However, in game 2, the losing team seems to be able to draw back momentum. Dragons seemingly continuing that trend here.
Can't leave Smasher alone like that. He's good. He's not the best, but he's good, especially alone.
Meanwhile, absolutely, Poke Chekhov with an interesting save. Didn't quite get the best angle on that. But if it was a spin save, he's definitely going to be putting that on his highlight reel. Meanwhile, beautiful play from Smasher to Stephen Rogers, and that's a goal for the Dragons. They've shocked the Dinos right out the start gates in this second game. Absolutely beautiful pass and finish from the Dragons. Smasher to Stephen Rogers. Nothing Poke could do about that one. as the Dinos are now the ones that seem to be in need of a wake-up call.
Showing some cracks for sure.
Absolutely.
Although I wouldn't say it's completely penetrated yet. It's showing cracks, but only time will tell.
It just reinforced what I said earlier with them passing more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. They're being more direct. The tempo's up. Selfishness is down.
They're overloading on one side a little bit less from last game.
Any NAPL teams
That's
looking
fair.
for a coach, Treason is, I believe, available for hire.
And he's
The
rich.
wage will have to be handsome, though. The wage will have to be a handsome one.
He's rich as well, so
Absolutely.
Almost, we're getting there.
Bagel recollecting for the Dinos in his own zone. Stephen Rogers, a good forecheck. He's definitely improved his stick checking over the course of these two games. Started off with a few atrocious errors, resulting in chances and a goal for the Dinos. But that right there was a beautiful forecheck that could have resulted in a great opportunity for the Dragons.
Ooh.
Dinos trying to hit back with their own little 2-on-1 tap-in. Fortunately, it's unsuccessful. Michkov with a good back check to stop Smasher from making something out of that 2-on-1. As he makes a stretch pass here to Silk. That is intercepted by Frog T, cutting in. However, Bagel comes in with the defensive reinforcements.
the Dinos do look a little bit, I would say.
Silk with a beautiful bat on net, saved by Luke. That would have been an absolutely disgusting goal. Poke Chekhov with a horrendous error out of net. Amazing recovery, though, to prevent Smasher from having what would have been a pretty easy goal. And it would have been for Poke Chekhov a pretty embarrassing blemish on his resume.
So the front almost a pass to slot.
Yeah, Dragons try to pass the slot. Unfortunately, it's unsuccessful. However, Smasher will lead the second attack now, hoping to break down this Dinos team.
When Dinos get possession, this game especially, they do look a little jumpy with the puck, as if they're trying to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Absolutely. Coming in there with a dump. Frog digging behind that slot pass to Smasher.
Ooh.
It's a poor shot, saved by Poke Chekhov. I don't think he was positioned well for that one. Little Bagel cutting in. Face-off shot. Face-off dot shot. Stopped by Luke. And as you said, tips off the outside of the post. Stretch past to Frog T. Shot from the dot is wide. Bagel recollects, passes it up the boards. Galactian making a questionable centering pass. However, Frog T, too, making a questionable play, allowing Galactian to recover. Attempts a pass over to Silk. It's a tad wide. Will chip it on out. Michkov attempts to bat it down, but misses. Bagel skating up the ice in the neutral zone. Will challenge. Wins that one, chipping it up the boards. However, Michkov is there to help. Cross ice pass. Galactian attempts a draw pass, but with such a tight space there, there wasn't much he could do. Smasher at the face-off dot, intercepted by Bagel.
Personally, I wouldn't look at the score. This game is still pretty even.
Absolutely, period 1 mil Silk. Looking to make it 2-1 there. Unfortunately, shot did not have the power needed to beat Luke. Slot passes saved by Luke at the bell.
That is the first period, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to let you two do the talking. Thoughts on that first period? Let's start with Treason.
Yeah, let's start with Treason.
It appears Treason is muted, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the absence of Treason.
No, I'm here.
He is currently paying my wages. Oh, okay.
Currently paying his wages, yeah.
Yeah.
And crypto.
Absolutely. We cannot allow our transactions to be tracked.
Dinos seem to be cherry picking a little, which means they're a little nervous here. Trying to make up, being a little too aggressive. See if it pays off going forward.
Absolutely. Galactian trying to corral the puck. It's unsuccessful as Frog T takes it up the left wing in the neutral zone. Frog T's shot from the point is in! What a shot from Frog T. Poke Chekhov
Unexpected.
banging the stick on the ice. He'll be desperately hoping that he could have had that one back. Froggy with a beautiful point shot.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Like, they hit
Beats
some
Poke
elevation
Chekhov
on
in
that.
7-hole, I believe.
Yeah, that was 7-hole. Beautiful shot.
It was a great shot just above the pad, a little on the outside. If it was a little more in, it definitely wouldn't have been saved. Poke had a small chance at it, but he didn't seem to be ready.
Absolutely. And in that situation, his tendency to play more towards the goal line definitely didn't help him there, leaving him a bigger angle to cover on shots like that. Smashing meanwhile, slot shot, and it's in! Dragons with 2 quick goals to open both periods, and the Dinos are going to have to wake up.
That was an awkward shot. Definitely hard for Poke to read there. And then on top of that, it went top corner, which is already difficult for goalies to save.
I don't think the
Absolutely.
defense helped much there either.
And on this play, you can see 4 Dinos up. They're being ultra aggressive with this one.
Very nice play, but Luke with a
They're going
nice
to play
move.
aggressive. It is now the time to play aggressive.
Absolutely. They have virtually no other choice.
It's either now or never, basically.
Absolutely, like the Kendrick song.
Oh, Micho, a beautiful shot and a nice stick save by Luke.
I was hoping to see a little more out of Michkov this game. He's been pretty quiet in the offseason. Not a lot of talk about him.
Indeed. Meanwhile, taking it up the left wing, hoping to make it 5 for the Dragons. Shot from the slot, saved by Poke Chekhov off the pads.
The main thing that's changed in this game from the last is the fact that that they just can't defend the slot. The Dragons always manage to penetrate and get the shot off. In fact, the 3 goals have just been point shots from the slot.
Slot shots. And now they're in a situation where they can't really afford to have slot defenders. They need goals and they need plenty of them.
Well, it might be sounding a little aggressive here, but I think...
Smash with the slot shot, tipped by almost past Poke Chekhov there. Sorry to interrupt, Nylander.
It's fine. If I were the Dinos, I would probably be even more aggressive right now.
Absolutely. Galactine tries the slot pass. Stephen Rogers there for the block. And those are the types of plays the Dinos needed on defense. They needed a guy back in the slot to stop those chances.
This feels almost
Stephen
like
Rogers was almost able to finish that counterattack off. Passes a bit wide.
Feels like a reverse of the first game almost.
Absolutely. Dragons got knocked down in round 1. Now
Frogty there.
They've given the Dinos twice the pounding in the second game. Bagel with a good block there. And Galactian trying to get a breakaway out of that one. Fortunately, the puck does not bounce his way. A Smasher looping around. Drop pass to Frogty behind the net. Frogty centering pass blocked by Galactian. Those are the types of plays they needed earlier on those goals, especially ones like the Stephen Rogers tap in.
Dragons look much more comfortable with the puck.
Absolutely.
They probably have someone activated team takeover, I suppose.
Absolutely. Well, Stephen Rogers shot. It's in. Stephen Rogers scores again.
A complete defensive
and it is
breakdown.
5-0. Again, absolute defensive breakdown. 4th goal allowed on slot shots. Something has to be done in Denver, and it needs to be done quick.
Yeah, no, Michkov became a little bit too aggressive there.
Absolutely. Well, Galactian hoping to at least get the Dinos on the board. Shot is blocked by With an excellent clearing attempt there, and it is successful as Frogty recollects. Boy, I did not think he would be able to clear that one. However, good defensive play there from And now the Dragons with the drop pass. Appears they might be adopting a more possession-centric approach here.
For sure. I mean, if you're ahead and there's a little amount of time left, you might as well play possession and just waste as much of it as possible to
absolutely
prevent that
Smasher leading the attacks past to Stephen Rogers. Shot is very much wide. However, the Dragons will not be too concerned with missing that chance, considering the absolute beating they've handed the Dinos. Galactian trying to take it up in the neutral zone, however, sticks it up to Smasher.
Yeah, this game's been more one-sided than the first.
Absolutely.
Perhaps the Dragons showing exactly why they're here in the first place.
Absolutely. Half-ice shot from the Dragons is wide as the period comes to a close.
Yeah, they've really
Well, I let
started.
Treason talk last time, Nylander. I think it's time to let you talk for this period. Thoughts on that second period?
Well, I think the first game was just the Dragons starting their engines. And this one, they really just took off, took the game with them, and just a complete blowout, and also a defensive breakdown from the Dinos. They were
Absolutely.
just, I think they got a little bit complacent in the second game, especially with their defense. They weren't really that concerned.
Meanwhile, it appears the Dinos heard our criticisms of them and they get a goal back there. The Galactian looping around there. Shot on Luke off the pads. And it is Bagel there to tap it home. But the Dinos on the board in this one.
They'd want more criticism for sure after that one.
Absolutely. Well, Smasher
Front.
will gather in the neutral zone.
Dragons keep possession.
Smasher attempts a drop pass to Frog T. Unsuccessful. Galactian the slot pass off the pads of Luke and almost onto the stick of Tarasenko.
That was very sneaky. I think he just tried to get a.
And Yuno went on the breakaway. Puts a stick on the puck and Pokechekov attempts to make a play. The Dinos try to get it off the line. But just like everything in this game, it has not gone their way.
You know, for a minute I was about to say when the Dinos put that one in, it almost felt like they were playing a new game, but perhaps that was some very momentary thing.
Absolutely. And Treason brought. Oh, meanwhile, Bagel with the slot pass to Galactic, and the Dinos have responded there.
That was a nice slot pass straight into the net.
Absolutely. Bagel leading another successful attack for the Dinos. The Galactian
Oh, it
good
appears
shot. Luke is gonna
contributed
definitely hope he could have had that one back.
Would have
and
looked good on him if he made that
Our
save.
on-ice reporters have just heard him say that he is going to crash out if this keeps happening.
Galactic can trust to force an entry.
However, fear not, valued listeners. We are committed to safety at the NAPL. Meanwhile, Galactian with the slot shot. Stopped by Luke.
Oh my.
He definitely does not want to crash out. Smasher
After
looping
the
around.
Excellent 2 games he's had. Even the first one, I would say he was doing pretty solid. Just defensive breakdowns from the Dragon team, but they
Absolutely.
Together.
Smasher with the shot off the corner of the net.
Could have
Almost
made it
7 for the Dragons.
Are there? I don't think there are mercy rules.
We might have to implement one just for this game. The Dragons
hope not.
seem desperately poised to not let that happen. Little Tarasenko on the right wing, forechecking to Frog T. Galactian comes over to help. However, it will result in a 50 behind Dragon's net. Puck goes around to Yuno. Attempts a stretch pass. Smasher with an unfortunate tip there. Tarasenko will regather. And the shot on Luke is stopped.
Oh,
Goes into Galactian's feet.
weird
he's
bounce
unable-
in the front,
unable to make a
and the
play of
puck
it.
just bounces over a stick.
Absolutely. One of the many ways the Dinos have been getting chances in this game has been off rebounds. Meanwhile, Galactian in the slot,
Oh,
shot
nice
on Luke,
save by
saved.
Luke.
Beautiful clear out to the boards, where
Yeah,
Frog T will lead a
tap.
counter. Little 2-on-1 if Stephen Rogers can position himself well. 3-on-1, in fact, a Smasher's beside the net. Or 3-on-2. And shot is wide, unfortunately, for the Dragons. Smasher looping around. Face-off dots. The shot turns into a pass that is incredibly wide. And the shot from the corner
Dumps it in.
of the O-zone is wide.
Straight to Frog T. He's looking for a pass.
Slot
and
pass stopped by Pokechekov. The shot could have been going top corner, but it is blocked.
tap that in.
Stephen Rogers is behind
And the net.
the net. Absolutely. Stephen Rogers and Smasher on a hat trick. So
He's
don't be
gonna-
surprised to see them cherry picking in this one.
They're just keeping possession now, taking it easy. Things are looking a little bit bleak, I would say, for the
Actually,
Dinos.
Frog T from the face-off dot. The shot stopped by Pokechekov. And we heard from Treason earlier that his starting spot was in question. And meanwhile, Bagel with a shot off the post. Dinos just cannot get enough puck bounces to go their way in this one. And as I was saying, Pochekov, starting spot potentially in danger. This is not the type of performance you want to put in with that being the situation.
Especially
Wasn't.
First.
To be fair, he has not been at fault for many of these goals, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, many pundits simply point to the final score as the
Wasn't
final
as much
decider.
as starting spot was in question. It was just he was doubting his own abilities.
Oh, he was doubting his own abilities. Well, as a goalie myself, I will offer Pochekov some complimentary words in that he has actually not done too bad in this one. A lot of defensive breakdowns have contributed to this.
Hard to blame him for a lot of these.
Absolutely.
I think the NAPL tabloids are going to have a field day with this one.
Absolutely. The Bleport is going to be cooking up some masterpieces. Well, a 2-on-0 for the Dinos turns into a breakaway for Galactian, who puts it past. Ooh, make it 6-3.
6-3. What a high scoring game we got going.
Absolutely. The Dinos may not be able to come back and win this one, but I think it's safe to say they've somewhat avenged the situation they were in, as they were looking to be completely blown out earlier. But 6-3, a more respectable scoreline than the 5-0 we had going earlier.
Definitely looking bad. That would come back. They've been working at it. It would be nice to see them maybe get another one.
Yeah.
But
that's a wrap on this game. 6-3 to the Vancouver Dragons. Smasher immediately leaves the stadium. Just another day at the office for him. And
another great game for me. 2 more goalies below me. I'll take it.
Absolutely. And that is a wrap on our week 1 of games here at the NAPL. An absolutely incredible way to cap off our debut week. Final thoughts, gentlemen? Let's start with Treason this time.
Yeah, about fucking time. And fucking Wednesday? Come on, guys.
Absolutely.
Late as hell on a weeknight. Super late in the week. Come on, do better.
Absolutely. Nylander, thoughts from you?
Oh yeah, just some thoughts for the game. I think it was a very roller coaster ride, I would say. There was some hope at the end of the game, but they just couldn't pull through, and they'll just go after the next one, I suppose.
Absolutely. Dino's able to recover at the end. Unfortunately, not enough. And again, another matchup in the NAPL this week. It results in a split series, seeming to become a trend so far in the season. You definitely will not be wanting to have all of our teams with a 500 record come playoff time.
That would be
nonetheless
crazy, though.
Yeah, that would be pretty incredible. If anyone wants to bet on it, contact Treason. He's our advisor. Note, we do charge consulting fees, so just be prepared to pay up front.
We don't
in crypto only.
Yeah, if anyone needs an insider on crypto, I got you.
Yeah. Anyways, I suppose that should be the end of our broadcast here tonight. Thank you for tuning in to week 1 of the NAPL on the NAPL network. This is Baru with Nylander and Treason signing off.